here because I wanted to recall
Hi. I'm going to turn my video back off because I remember how giant the screen is.
All right, I'd like to call to order the June 22nd, 2022 meeting of the Lowell Historic Board. We have one item under old business on the agenda tonight, DLHD-22-3433 Kearney Square. This has been continued from the June 13th, 2022 meeting. If the applicant would like to step forward and introduce yourself and let us know where things stand.
Sure. I'm Patrick Cookie, Vice President of Administration at the college. I was here for your last meeting and met with some of you on the walkthrough to look at some backup plans to adjust for what we heard at the last discussion of last Monday night. And we have some options that have come forward. I know that you folks had seen the buildings. You took a look at specifically some of the brick areas of it with some suggestions, which we tried to incorporate in. And I don't know if you're live connected up here with the
So,
your image.
sure. And LZ Nunn from Project Learn, and we're here in lieu, Beyond Walls couldn't make it tonight. They're doing mural installations in Holyoke, so we do have a mock-up schematic, if that would be helpful, which Beyond Walls has shared with us. So, so if it's okay for me to share a screen, I can do that and just share an image for you. Okay. So let me just do this so you can see it a little bit bigger. Can you all see the screen? Okay. So this is the recommended visual that Beyond Walls put together. And if you don't mind, well, I can't look at my, if you don't mind, I'm just going to grab my phone, which, because I'd like to quote Charlotte's email from Beyond Walls, as she did this mock-up based on the artist that has been selected for this particular wall. So,
And so just to clarify for the folks who didn't make it to the Thursday walk-around, that's the,
oh, yeah,
the folks
yeah.
who didn't make it to the walkthrough on Thursday, that's the opposite wall from what we brought in last Monday. So this is the northwest facing side of the building, facing Kearney Square and directly, pretty much facing the Lowell Memorial Auditorium.
Great. Charlotte says, I've attached an updated version of the wall surface that we recommend you present tonight. It minimizes the overspray around the corners of the wall. However, we are strongly advocating to paint the pillars in between the surface of the wall. The artist in mind is a figurative painter, and he will be set up for success if he has connected canvas in order to create a complete composition. So that was what she shared, and I just wanted you to consider this. And you know, there is a backup plan, but we aren't advocating for that. So I just want you to have a discussion based on the merits of whatever you think.
And I
this
don't know if you can
works.
tell from the image there, but Steve had pointed out on Thursday about the, whatever the footing wall is that we call it down the bottom, that's not,
The base of the building.
the base of the building is not being painted.
That's all. Continues to be brick. Looks much better on your screen.
Yeah, so on what was submitted, this would be elevation 6, I believe. Or I forget if we use letters or numbers at the, yeah, okay.
Going clockwise around the building.
So the vertical elements where the windows are, there are some panels in between windows, above and below. Are those going to be part of the mural space at all, or are those going to be left intact?
Which ones?
Are you referring to the spandrel areas between the windows? Those are metal frame. I think the intention is only to do the brick, am I correct?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
And those vertical elements, there's the windows and those vertical.
Within the windows, there's panels,
All glazing, I'm sure there's metal panels in there.
but nothing in the vertical strip is being touched, correct? Okay.
Yeah, just the brickwork, yes. Not the glass, yeah.
I was gonna say that Troy appeared.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I think that looks great. I mean, it's a gateway to downtown. It's a parking lot right now, so this will really elevate it and make it more visually interesting. And I think will be in keeping with the surrounding elements, and it'll be a really nice feature.
I agree. I think it's a much better choice than the first one. And I thank LC for opening my eyes to that.
I definitely agree. I think I don't have a problem with covering more canvas like that. I think it's the best elevation if you're to be seen by more people. So I think that that's really important because I would imagine that's what you want. And also logistically, walking around the building and looking at the challenges of they will have with a lift, etc., that actually is the best option logistically. versus any of the other sides. So whether you're scaffolding or whatnot, you have the more free open space there to do what you want. You'll have to probably take some of that parking at some point, depending on your method. But yeah, I think I walked from both sides for quite a length and looked, and you can see that from all directions. And I think that's important when you're coming from every angle and you can see it. So
Yeah, no, I
it's the
second
best
those
choice.
comments as being, this being the primary facade. And yeah, I think it is the best option of the facades. Yeah, this does make sense. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Looking forward to see, what we do there.
We'll have to highlight Patrick's office, too.
Yeah, my office is the top of the third vertical strike, so I'll try not to wave or get the painting will.
You can put a little emoji in the window.
Aurora, George, do you have any comments or questions? Before we
I don't
go?
have any. I have a nice impact. I like how they cover the between the different panels. I think that's just going to help with the impact of the entire project.
Yeah, I really appreciate the willingness to come up with a plan B that we felt comfortable with. I think it's always really appreciated when folks are able to keep working with us and not hear a hard no when we're trying to come up with a way to get to a yes somehow. To me, this is like the best case scenario when we're able to all get to yes together on something that we think will be great.
I'm a lifelonger in the city here, and I think folks know we're going to do as much as we can to be the neighbor you guys need downtown. So we're happy to work with it and get to a mutual resolution here. So.
I mean, just one thing I'll note about Middlesex, I mean, separate from this building, they've always been great stewards of their historic properties in the community, whether it's the Nesmith House, the Federal Building, or the properties on Middle Street, and also, of course, the Rialto, the Donahue Center. I mean, that spectacular project. So they've always been, as I said, really good stewards of their properties.
Great, thanks, Steve. If there are no other comments or questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve on elevation phase 6, based on the other requirements that were in the memo from last Monday in terms of the materials have to go by Steve, et cetera, et cetera.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. I think we have unanimous approval. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, that concludes the agenda for this evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, thank you very much.
Aye.
Bye, everybody.
Aye.
See you next month.
All right. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye. Bye-bye.